There's a claim going around that force plates don't accurately measure how high somebody jumps. And that's not necessarily true. It just doesn't measure how high you jump in the way that you think it does. A force plate only measures force over a given period of time. So in a counter movement jump assessment, we're measuring the force over the duration of the jump. Now, if we zoom in here, this is the propulsive phase of a jump, where you're actually accelerating upward. The area under the force time curve is impulse. And if we subtract out body weight, we can get a metric called net impulse, or in this case, concentric net impulse, which is one of the variables that a force plate software will give you. Then we can use the impulse momentum relationship, rearrange the variables, and we can solve for the change in velocity of the center of mass. Now, what we know is at the end of the braking phase of a counter movement jump, the velocity of the center of mass is approximately 0. So then we can solve for what takeoff velocity is, or V2. And once we know takeoff velocity, we can then calculate how high the center of mass traveled during the flight. So stepping back, if we know that force is measured correctly and processing is done properly, jump height is mathematically constrained. Now, where people can get confused is they take a look at what the measurement is of the force plates and compare that to what we're seeing on a vertec or on a box jump. Because in those other tests, you might use your arms, you might take a step in, or you can contort your body to try to reach or land on something higher than what your true center of mass displacement is. So although a vertec can give you a measure of how high somebody jumps, it's not the same as your center of mass displacement as calculated and derived through a force time tracing from a force plate. So that's why the numbers might not match up precisely. However, it doesn't mean that force plates aren't giving an accurate measure. It means that we're testing two different things in two different ways, and that's why the numbers are different.